Jim, 0-0 draw today. Just give us your thoughts on that one.
We have to respect the points. I think disappointing not to take the victory that we wanted to at home. I thought we struggled for quality, if I'm being honest. I thought we had the ball a lot, and I thought we got to Ebbsfleet's final third fairly easily. But then we just didn't have enough quality or find enough quality in that final third to affect the goals as many times as we would like to. I think we affected it enough times to score a goal, and I think we're disappointed with our finishing actions today, or our last actions. We are disappointed with that. That's not something we wouldn't share. But yeah, overall, just I think we lack quality. We lack quality in the final third. So I think ultimately, because you have to in football, we'll have to respect the point, take the point, and move on.
You mentioned that last action. There was plenty of times where Toby had plenty of joy down the right hand side, and it's just that final ball trying to get it into Cairo, whoever's there at the back post, but she was unable to get that touch over the line.
It seems so close, and in like so many games, we tend to have a good moment really early, which can be game changing if it goes in. And we had one of those moments that you talk about with Toby across the face really early. You kind of get blocked vision wise where we are at that point when there's players right in front of the goal and can't quite see what's happening. I think the goalkeeper maybe come out, and I think maybe Conor Mack kind of got some contact and it went out. It went out in the end. But we had a few of those moments, particularly down Toby's side, where it was very, very close to missing everyone out and one of our players tapping it in. But unfortunately on the day it was very, very close, but it wasn't enough.
And Ebbsfleet, you mentioned in the programme notes that they're fighting for their lives, and we knew they were going to come here and put in a resilient performance, and we saw that, and also they had a couple of chances as well.
They did have a couple of chances. That's why I think we have to be happy in the end that we got a clean sheet, because they did have a couple of chances in the second half. And yeah, they are fighting for their lives. And the one thing I was mindful of, that they'd be buoyed this week by the new signings that they made. A few of them came in, 2 of them went straight into the lineup. One of them particularly, in my opinion, is a very good player. Who it's that time of the season now where players can't go to the league anymore, so they can only go to the National League. And if there's hungry players who want to play football, and then they don't have egos about what level it's at, this is where they have to come. I think Passley on the right there from Bromley played so many games for them last season in their promotion campaign, and was playing at the start of this season throughout League 2 really before he got injured. He was a good player, and he was actually an outlet for them today, I thought. So I was mindful that you can get buoyed by new signings coming into the team, you can give a sudden lift. I felt like that they did have that. I think we could have took that away with an early goal completely, and not allowed them to have any belief, but that wasn't the case. And yeah, as I say, we take a point, which we're disappointed with, and we move on to the next game.
There was a penalty claim in the second half. Have you had a chance to watch that one back on Cairo?
It was. Penalties are easier to talk about when you've won, and you're furious that you haven't been given a penalty, rather than when you've either lost or picked up a draw that you're disappointed with. I think it was a Stonewall penalty. I was incensed on the side of the pitch at the time. Brilliant break. Cairo's in, 1v1. He gets smashed square in the back. I don't think I was the only person in the stadium that thought that was a penalty.
Just a couple of absentees not in the squad today. Jidakeke came off in the Oldham game limping. He missed out today. And obviously Aidan Barlow we've not mentioned previously. He's been out for a couple of weeks. Have we got a time scale on both of those?
A time scale, no. Not an exact time scale, no. They've both got groin injuries, to be honest. They've both been looked at. They've both been scanned and assessed. Eddie's been out for a few weeks. He's back on the grass though, and he's not quite training with the team yet, but back on the grass, and hopefully he'll be training with the team soon. Jid just needs a little bit of time, deloaded, because we've only just diagnosed that one. He's got some tricky pain and inflammation in his groin that needs a little bit of time, which is a shame, because Jid's been brilliant for us, been really exciting, and I've been really enjoying having him. But yeah, he comes out the team from him. But we have good players, in that area who can go in and do a job also, or a very good job actually. So that's the information on those guys.
National League Cup here on Tuesday against Wolves, and then it goes away to Southend on Saturday, which would be a tricky game. A team you're obviously pushing high up the table now. Yeah,
respectfully, National League Cup is of very low priority, if I'm being honest. We'll see how to treat that game. I'm really mindful of the pitch, to be honest. I don't want to have to be, but I have to be. The pitch is in a bad state, a really bad state. The ball won't stay down and roll through on it. And we've almost no Tuesdays left until the final month of the season. I think, so we progress in that tournament, and actually the criteria is not set out in that tournament yet when it's going to be played. I've heard concerns that they may not be able to fulfil that tournament this season now. It may have to be completed next season. It's just it's been brought together quickly, that tournament, and I think the logistics have had to happen in retrospect. I don't think it's necessarily, it's in its maiden year, so it's having teething problems. I think progression in that tournament is not the most important thing for us. But yeah, Southend next game, like us, Football League club that face Football League challenges, Football League expectations from their fan base, despite the fact we all know that, you know, we're playing good teams in this division who haven't been in the Football League, and they're not easy to defeat. So they kind of face the same pressure internally that we do. It's always a tough place to go because, you know, they get big crowds and therefore they've got really healthy squads. If you look at their criteria, if you look at their collection of strikers alone, it's deep. It's really, really deep with Football League quality. So yeah, it'll be a tough challenge, that one we respect, and we'll do our best.